Hey everybody! So I thought I would give you a quick little walkthrough of one of the girls' school albums. And I know I've shared quite a bit about this before when I first put them together, maybe a year or two ago. But I've been doing a little updating with them from this past year and thought I would just kind of walk you through. I know I type about it in my blog and I kind of show some pictures, but sometimes just seeing somebody flip through the pages makes it a little easier to see kind of the setup that they've got going. So these are American Crafts 12 by 12 Modern albums, and I have 3 of these for each of the girls. So I'm hoping to fit kindergarten through 12th grade into 3 albums. So this is Alyssa's 3rd album, and I have a little binder clip on the side and a little tag that says Alyssa 8 through 12, so I can find it on the shelf. And for their albums, I've used Becky Higgins' school kit. And this is a kit she had a couple years ago. It's not available anymore, but I know she's working on a new one, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be about 10 times better, and I'm going to want to redo my entire system. I won't, but I will want to, so I'm sure it'll be great. So basically, each one starts out with this pocket folder, and this is a really thick pocket page that slips right into your album. And it's got the year printed on it, 8th. Down the bottom, there's a couple pockets. And then on the side, I stuck their little ID card for the year. So every year I slip that in there. And then inside this pocket, I keep a sampling of their work from the year. So I save all their papers throughout the year, and I keep them in a little file in the kitchen. And a couple times a year, at the end of the year, I go through and I pull out a sampling of their work. So just some papers that show their writing and, a couple spelling tests, a couple homework papers, just art projects, things like that. And then I just pull out a sampling and I stick them in here. So just to give you a quick idea, keep in mind this is 8th grade, so there's really no cute drawings or, cute little project things. It's a little more hardcore writing and stuff, but this is Alyssa's me in a nutshell brochure she had to make, talking about herself and what she likes to do. I have a letter that she actually wrote to herself in the 3rd grade. Her teacher had them write letters, and then she held on to them for 5 years, and then she actually mailed them to the students, and they all got them the day of 8th grade graduation, which I thought was really cool. There's an invitation to a graduation party. She's got her paper on the mousetrap car she had to build, notes on the bottle rocket she had to build. We have some All-Star Challenge tests. We've got some history, algebra. Shows some of her work. Just a word search, a writing sample, some other things. So it's just a sampling of her work. This year was a huge project that she had to do, a newspaper project. And I have the project put away. It's really huge, so I wouldn't want to put it in here, but here's the paper that she worked off of for a couple months. And then over here, this is another really big report she worked on, and these are all the notes that she had to do in preparation for it. So I do have all the larger projects put off to the side, and whether they're poster boards, models that she had to build, the bottle rocket, things like that, I'll take pictures of those and I will include that in the album in some way. Some of the reports, depending how large they are, I will work into this pocket page as well. So it just depends on the project, but one way or another it'll end up in here somehow. So basically, stick a sampling of their work in there. After that, I put in some 8.5 by 11 page protectors. And I simply slipped her class photo in here. On the back side I have a report card. And then I have some awards. And these actually hold, I think I have 5 or 6 awards in each of these page protectors. And that's simply because I don't want to take up the space to have one in its own page protector, because there's too many. I mean, she got, I think, 3 awards for honor roll. She got 3 for language arts, 3 for history, 3 for science, 3 for algebra. So this way they're just kind of all in there, and you can pull them out and look at them, but they're tucked in there and you don't have to take up as much space, but they're still there. The next thing I have is her California testing that all the kids do. These are just her results. I have her, let's see, what's this? Honor Roll Achievement for the year, 4.0 all year. These are her graduation certificates, promotion from the 8th grade. And then over here, this is something new that I did, that I came up with this year. And this is just a little 6x12 page protector, and I just happen to have some of these handy, and I thought it kind of worked for what I wanted to do. And I used these for things like, this is the play she was in. Excuse me. This is the musical drama production the junior high did, and it's Alice in Wonderland. And I took the program, and I took a 6x12 piece of craft cardstock, and I just stapled the program on here. And I stapled on the second sheet so that you can still open it, you can read it, and I can still flip it over and read the back side. So that's there. And then on the bottom, I just adhered some of the tickets from the different nights that we went to see it. And then on the back side, they had some photos of the one of the production nights in the newspaper, and that's Alyssa right there. She's little Alice. So I cut this out of the newspaper, and I just also stapled this on the back, and I stapled it so you can still turn it over and see the pictures on the back side. And the next day they had another photo of her on the front page, so that's on there as well. So it's just a simple way to include that in the album. And the same kind of idea with the band concerts. They had, I think she was in 4 concerts this year. So I have all 4 programs, and I did those kind of the same way. I have them stapled. That one's stuck on there. So I have those stapled as well, so that you can still open them up, you can turn them over, and then I have the next one right underneath it. So they just kind of stack on top. There's 2 on this side, and then 2 on the other side. The next thing I have is her 8th grade graduation or promotion. There, in here is the program from the night, and then I also have next to it the thing I cut out of the newspaper that has all the names of the kids that graduated. On the back side is the newspaper, and this I actually have the entire front page of the newspaper, and I just folded it up and I stuck it in this. This was the front page, and there's Alyssa right there, and they talked about her in there and mentioned her by name, so I thought that was really cool, and because it was the front page, I wanted to save the entire thing. The next page is the page that says 8th grade on the side. It comes like this, and I just stuck her school photo on there, 8x10. This next page is, obviously, it's blank. This is where you would write all the different things that they want to write about the year, whether they're friends, who they hung out with, their classes, their teachers, what they took to lunch, where they hung out on the playground. I mean, all those kinds of things. And you can see we haven't filled it out. We will, but we just haven't done it yet. And then here is a layout I did of her first day of school. So I stuck that right in the album after it. This is a recent layout I did of some of her projects she did. So I just stuck that in there as well because it's school related and it's from the 8th grade. Then I added in some divided page protectors, and these are the ones that hold 4x6 photos. And these are photos from graduation. And I just stuck them in here. Eventually I will get around to scrapbooking them, but until then, the photos are in here. They're where they need to be. They're in 8th grade. I know where to find them, and then when it comes time and I get around to scrapbooking them, I know exactly where they are. And I have some other photos of her last day of school, photos that she took at school. I have photos of the play and things like that. So eventually those will find their way into here too. But that's basically what I have for her for the year. And then the other thing I wanted to point out, these are her notebooks from the year. And this contains, I mean, this is a lot of work for 1 year. This is a lot of writing samples. I'm sure a lot of it's just notes and things that probably don't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but she also has a lot of writing in here from language arts, and a lot of stories and a lot of great things that I think would be really neat to look back on. So she's saving these, and she has them all in a container up in her room because she does go back to them for reference and things. But eventually I might go through and pull out a couple writing samples and things like that. And then this here is her planner, and the school provides these for them. And I just think it's kind of neat because this girl wrote everything down. I mean, every day she wrote down what she did. And I can tell you exactly what she did in any subject on any given day. You know, I can tell you that on March 16th in PE class, she did, where is it, jump rope, warm-ups, and speedball. She wrote everything down. She's even got soccer practice, Awana at the church, everything. So I just think it's really cool that she did that, and I think it's a neat thing to save. And then the last thing I have down here on my floor in my scrapbook room, this pile's been sitting here for a couple weeks, and these are all just some of the larger projects that I've kind of collected over the last couple years, and these are ones that I'll probably be taking pictures of. You know, I have a picture of this as one of Sarah's projects. This is a paper bag, and it's got all kinds of stuff inside that I'm not even sure what it is. You know, you've got drawings, you've got books they put together, large projects, things like this. These are things that I'll be taking pictures of because those are big and there's no way they're going to fit in the album. And I still want to save them though. So taking a picture and either printing those pictures out, including them on a little layout, including them in divided page protectors, or possibly even putting just those photos on a CD and including the CD in the album, somehow like that. That would be a great idea too. So that's just the last part of the school things that I have off to the side. So those are pretty much